What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Beginner's Guide, and I'm John MTL, aka Man's Too Lit, your host today. How you doing? This is a game that I don't know much about, but the makers of Stanley Parable made this game. I heard nothing but good things about this. People were saying that if you need a little bit of motivation, or if you are a creator of something like game dev, a content creator, artist, this game is for you. Let's begin this game. I have never seen any gameplay of this. I didn't want to look it up. There's not going to be too much edits here either. It's just going to be a straight playthrough. Short and simple and sweet.
Hi there. Thank you very much for playing The Beginner's Guide.
Thank you.
My name is Davey Reedon. I wrote The Stanley Parable, and while that game tells a pretty absurd story, today I'm going to tell you about a series of events that happened between 2008 and 2011.
Oh, so it's a real story.
We're going to look at the games made by a friend of mine named Coda.
Coda.
Now, these games mean a lot to me. I met Coda in early 2009 at a time when I was really struggling with some personal stuff, and his work pointed me in a very powerful direction. I found it to be a good reference point for the kinds of creative works that I wanted to make.
That's cool.
So just to start you off, this is, I think, the first game he ever made.
Whoa.
It's a level for Counter-Strike.
Yeah, I was about
you
to
can
say,
walk
it looks
around
like
here,
CS.
by the way.
Nice.
And mostly it's just Coda learning the basics of building a 3D environment.
Yeah.
But what I like is that even though he starts from the simple aesthetic of a desert town, he then scatters these colorful abstract blobs and impossible floating crates around the level.
Yeah.
And of course, it destroys the illusion that this actually is a desert town, and instead this level becomes a kind of calling card from its creator. It's like a reminder that this video game was constructed by a real person.
Yeah.
And it kind of makes you wonder, what was going through his head as he was building this? This is what I like about all of Coda's games. I mean, not that they're all fascinating as games, but that they are all going to give us access to their creator. I want us to see past the games themselves. I want to get to know who this human being really is. And that's exactly what we're going to do here.
Okay.
So, it's 2008. Coda starts making these games,
2008.
and he never releases
Wow.
any of them. He doesn't put them onto the internet. He just makes them and then immediately abandons them, and they sit on his computer forever.
Sounds like me with my videos.
And I think he really understood this image of himself as a recluse. At one point, he jokingly renamed his computer's recycling bin to Important Games Folder. So, you know, this was just how he worked. He tended to crank them out one after the other without even really pausing to try to understand what he had just made, until suddenly one day, he just stopped.
Oh,
In
that's
2011, that was it. He made his last game, and then he hasn't made another one since.
What?
And that's why I've taken this opportunity to gather all of his work together, is because I find his games powerful and interesting, and I'd like this collection to reach him, to maybe encourage him to start creating again.
Did it actually reach
And if
Coda?
the people like you who play this also happen to find his work interesting, then I'm sure it'll just send that much stronger of a message of encouragement to Coda.
That's cool. This is his
So
game?
thanks for joining me on this. If you have a particular interpretation that I haven't mentioned here, or if you just need to get in touch, you can email me at daveyWreden@gmail.com.
You guys got that?
Okay, that's about it for introduction. Let's take a look at Coda's first proper game.
All right, internet, do your thing.
As each game is loading, I'll show you the date that it was completed. This first one was made in November 2008.
Okay. Loading November 2008. This is cool, man. It's like you're going through a creative process of how things started. Oh, cool. Washing machine. Whoa. Whoa. What's
This
going
game
on
is
here?
called Escape from Whisper, and it's one of the
Escape
more
from
generic
Whisper.
games you'll see from Coda.
Okay. It's pretty cool, man, watching game devs go through the process, because I know it's tough. Like, I just create videos, I record videos, I talk over games. Sometimes I say things about games that, you know, that could be a little bit straightforward. That's why I'm trying to use my words wisely and not be too much
It kind of looks like this game was
douche.
abandoned mid-development. For
But it's
instance,
like
you
stuff
have
like
this
that.
gun,
Like, I
which
don't say,
you
like-
think would indicate that there are supposed to be monsters or enemies somewhere.
Yeah.
But then clearly there are no enemies anywhere.
Okay.
You can't even reload the gun when you run out of bullets.
Oh,
But ultimately, we don't really know. Maybe Coda thought that actually it was complete the way that it is. And I
True.
think that we should talk about his games for what they are, rather than for what they're not.
Enemy force neutralized. Begin ship evacuation.
gotta look outside the box, you know what I'm saying? Okay, now we can go this way. Man, that's like, it's kind of sad to hear that Coda doesn't make games no more. Hopefully
I love how you can see the bottom of the universe from this room.
Yeah, that too. It's just sad to see people so creative make something and then just stop because they don't get the numbers that they want. That's why I always say
apparently the space station has a labyrinth on it.
I see.
Sure, I don't know. There's really no reason for it that I've ever been able to discern, so in the interest of time, I'm just gonna skip you on past it.
Okay, thanks. But what I was gonna say was,
okay, this is the
forgot.
part that's interesting. The game has this narrative about the whisper machine and how it has to be turned off, and then you get to the engine room.
Okay. Can I remember what I was about to say before he says anything else? Oh, that's why you gotta really love and have a passion for what you do when it comes to creating content or just creating games. Because if you don't, you're just gonna stop, burn yourself out, and just move on to the next thing.
Hey, you there, in the engine room. You could save us all.
You there.
That beam is powering the whisper machine. We could disrupt it by introducing a great enough heat signature.
It's like Half-Life.
Your body could stop the beam.
Really?
It's so much to ask, but for all of our lives, would you do it? Could you give yourself?
Give myself so others may live? Yeah, even though they don't care about me, you know? I'd do that. Oh yeah, shout out to Stealthy. He recommended this. This has been on my bucket list to play for a minute because I had it. But since you recommended it, here we are. Oh, I'm dead.
Let me pause here for a second. What you just experienced, stepping into the beam and then dying, is probably what Coda had initially intended when he was developing this level. Mm-hmm. But when he first compiles and plays it, something goes wrong. There's a bug somewhere. And this is what happens instead.
This is kind of cool. Because it's instead of it being like goofy, it's a little bit serious. And he's kind of explaining the process of what's been going on with Coda. And, you know, he's kind of giving ways or just an opportunity for him to fix it. And hopefully he actually came back and made some great games. Like, what if Coda is a part of the Deadlock team? That would be pretty sweet. Oh, so there's a bug. You don't die. Or you just float into space. Space. The final frontier.
The beam causes you to start floating.
Yeah.
And this is an important moment for him. Because yes, this is technically a glitch, but Coda identifies something human about it. Like how small it makes you feel in the face of this larger chaotic system. Or this floating could be the afterlife, a peaceful place, juxtaposed against all of the hysteria that you've just had to traverse. I don't even know. I have no idea what he was thinking, but what's clear is that after making this, something lodges itself in his brain. He wants to do more of these really weird and experimental designs. So he stops work on this and moves on to a stream of tiny little games that go in all sorts of directions.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and take a look at the first game he made after leaving this one behind.
So he just quit this game right there and then moved on to a next one. Or the next one. This was behind her. So the back rooms. The Windows XP loading screen.
Yep. In this game, you can only walk backwards.
Oh, that's weird. I don't like that. I don't enjoy that one bit. Interesting, actually. Interesting concept. See the holes in the ground.
So it's a short and relatively minimalist experiment combining motion and narrative.
Seen.
It is less advanced than the previous game, but actually it seems to be more focused, more complete. Coda's trying to give it a unique voice rather than simply basing it on a pre-existing trope.
Yeah, I could see that. Like, I would say I don't like it, but when I look deeper, it becomes clearer, you know what I'm saying? When she stops and looks. See, I'm the type to like I was like, I don't like it at first, but I'll see it out, play it out, and I'll be like, oh, I kind of like this, wait a minute. But if the future is always behind her, how will she find the strength to confront it?
It's a short little thought, it says what it wants to say, and then it ends. Didn't need anything more than that. Which to me is why it works, because it gets out quick. Okay, next one.
Okay. What is this? All right, so there's a shadow. You keep walking, and then you're now entering. It's like a little fog of war. The more you walk, the more it covers. Whoa.
And that's it. Okay, the meaning of this game won't be clear just yet. Please be patient with me for a few more games, and I promise you'll see what makes it interesting.
This is like, I don't know if y'all watch Bob's Burgers.
Oftentimes, Coda would put bizarre titles like this one at the start of his games.
Well, I'll say, I don't know if y'all seen Bob's Burgers.
I wish I'd known him at the time that he was making these early games. He would really only talk to me about his work as he was making it.
I can't
Once
talk.
he stopped work on a game, like, that was it. It was dead to him.
Yeah.
And I don't agree with that at all, but what are you gonna do?
I mean, maybe he had a different idea, and he, you know, as creatives, you're just super creative. You want to constantly create things. So when you come up with a better idea, you just kind of scrap the old idea and come up with something new.
I know it's tempting, but there's actually nothing over here.
Okay,
sorry.
I was just checking. But although it's like, it may not be good, you know, you can still continue it and add those new ideas to your current idea to transform it into something amazing, which is how Overwatch was first birthed. You know, Overwatch was amazing, but they ruined that. What was I saying? Oh, Bob's Burgers. You know Jimmy Pesto's kid, Jimmy Jr.? There was like an episode with Tina when he would write museums, when Tina was like a TV because she broke her leg. Is it museums? Something like that. But it's basically short poems that are, or short songs that are one-line poems, and then that's it. And he will sing it. I forgot one of them, but he'll be like, the sun is bright outside. And then he'll move on to the next song. And they'll be like, oh, wow, really? That's it? That's what these games remind me of. Museums by Jimmy Jr. But it's still a amazing creative process. And why is it getting spooky? And
Once you've been slowed to an absolute crawl, the door at the top of the stairs opens.
Okay.
So why, if Coda's not showing these games to anyone, why bother opening the door at all? Well, to show you, I'm modifying the game here so that when you press enter, it'll bring you back up to full speed so you can enter the door for yourself.
Ah, okay. So there's nothing. Stand on X staring at bear for 3 hours. A game you collect items, except a game of motivational quotes played one after the other, while the player cannot move. You walk around talking people down from pursuing their hopes and dreams.
And nice.
The key in one game unlocks
ideas
the
for
door.
games.
Oh, a button you press to stop the chaos that doesn't work. You are the queen dusting your jewelry while your kingdom
Coda
is
would often
destroyed.
tell me that he
You
didn't
are a
mind
gate.
if people thought of him as cold or distant. He said that he knew that he was actually a vibrant and compassionate person, but
Same
that it
with
takes time to
chairs.
really see that. It can be a very slow climb to get there.
Yeah, very slow. Wow. Powerful. A game of only posters and concept art showing what the game is. Alright, January 2009. Ready, set, fish. The climb will be slow, but you'll get there if you keep trying. Coda, are you still climbing, my brother? Please say you are. It would be a shame to see this talent go to waste. Like, that's one of the things that I hate. When I run into people who are so talented, they quit right away because they didn't get the feedback that they wanted right away. And it's like, man, just keep working at it. Keep growing. Keep becoming 1% better every single day. And don't stop. Don't stop. It's
Well,
really
this
all
is
it
new
is.
for Coda. It's an actual puzzle.
No way.
Go ahead and see if you can solve it.
Got you. All right, so we got wood floors. There's no lights, but we got to get through the door, right? Bet, I got you. So, boom. Walk around the wood pane. Open the door. Nope, that's not it. Oh yeah, I never really brought up the border that I got going on there. Trying something new. If y'all like it, let me know. Oh, this music is kind of cool. What if I just keep going there? Surely if I keep pulling the switch. Okay, I can't figure it out. Can someone help?
All right, let me just walk you through it.
Thanks.
You're gonna hit the switch on the outside to open the door, then hit the same switch and walk through the door before it closes. You'll see a second switch on the inside, which will open the second door. Don't forget that solution, because we're going to see this puzzle again soon. We're gonna see it a lot.
I had a feeling. Thanks for the tip, bro. All right. Next puzzle, I'm ready for it.
So that seems to be it, right? You walk down a corridor, you solve a puzzle, you get to the end. Simple enough.
But it's not it, is it?
Now I'm going to modify the game again so that when you press enter, it'll remove all of the walls from this room.
Whoa. What? He made all of this?
How about that? There was more to it than we had any way of knowing. I actually find it funny that this game comes after the Stairs game, since they essentially convey the opposite idea. So, in the Stairs game, a dull exterior concealed a rich interior. And then, in this level, a dull interior hides this fantastic outer world.
Huh.
Either way, I think that the point is the same, is that most of the time you don't get to know what you're missing, or even that you're missing anything. That's not your role as a player.
Yeah.
So if your role here is not to understand, then what is it?
That's a good question. It's to look outside the box. That's what it is. Okay, now we're back here in the forest. What does this mean? You are now exiting.
Aha. So this, combined with the entering game from earlier, tells us that Coda believes his games are connected somehow. It could even be that the Stairs game and the puzzle game are literally connected in between this and the entering game. There's a bigger picture that all of his games are meant to play a role in, some larger meaning that we won't be able to grasp until we've seen all of them.
So continuity.
And once we have, we can step back and start to understand what exactly that bigger picture is.
March 2009. This man was cooking. The Great and Lovely Descent. Well, what is this place? Well, just a house and a white pane? Good thing it's made out of brick.
Let's talk about video game development for a second.
Okay.
Every video game runs on what's called an engine, which determines what the game can and cannot do. So in other words, the engine is a set of tools for game development.
Street House Fool. I ain't no fool.
To make all of these games, Coda is using an engine called Source. Like all engines, Source has certain things that it does well, and it has certain things that it does poorly. One of the things that it does very well is boxy linear corridors. That's why so many of Coda's games are set in these large, flat, empty rooms, is just because he's working with what the engine does well.
Okay. But can I jump over here, though?
The tools available to the creator shape what kinds of creative work they're going to end up making. You might consider paying attention to the architecture in Coda's games, to notice how they seem to stem from an engine that's very good at producing linear, boxy corridors.
Yeah. Oh, there's a tape. Or something. Oh, with an invisible wall, of course. Alright. Well, good thing there's no fall damage. Oh, what's this way? It's like SCP, Containment Breach. It's the sound effects. Oh, okay, thanks. Oh, it's the elevator. They're right, though. I mean, the Source engine is a really good engine. I'm not much of a game dev, but most of the games that I play on it, really smooth.
In Coda's original design, the door stayed shut for a full hour before letting you go. If you don't mind, I think we're gonna skip that.
A full hour? Why would he do that?
This is something that he and I used to argue about a lot. You know, whether a game ought to actually be playable. whether it means anything if no one can get through it. And I would always defend that, all this work goes into the game, why not make it playable and accessible?
Yeah.
And so we just got into heated arguments over it, and there was one time that after one of these conversations, he went home, and a day or two later, he sent me a zip file entitled Playable Games. That was full of hundreds of individual games, each of which was just an empty box that you walked around in and nothing else. Believe me, I played every single one of those just to find out if there was like a gag hidden somewhere. There wasn't.
So this man literally just made a bunch of games, like hundreds of games, threw it in a zip folder and sent it to him out of spite. He said, hey, you want a playable game? Here. I wonder if he made an SCP containment breach now that I think about it.
It's the puzzle again, with the exact same solution as the last time.
Yeah. We got it. Bam. Thanks for that.
There's still no clear indication of what makes this puzzle so special that Coda is going to return to it over and over. But I promise I'll share with you my interpretation very shortly.
I think what the interpretation is we don't tend to look in the outside of things. We always look on the inside. Actually, wait, we always look for the inside of things and we never look outside the box. Actually, I don't know the interpretation, but my guess is we don't really think deep, and we need to have a deeper thought about things, because we think that the solution is right in front of us, or we walk a certain path to receive that solution. You there, did you come from
Here,
up above?
Coda begins using a kind of dialogue system that he fashioned out of the engine's chat capabilities.
Oh, cool.
Use the 1, 2, 3 buttons on your keyboard to respond.
All right. But what I was basically saying is, the solution is always inside the heart. I think. Maybe there's no wrong answers. Yes, I came up from the upper world. All three is actually true. Let's go with 1. Yes, there was a world stamped with whiteness. That's the world above. You've been there. Now this is important. Do you have to get through a puzzle with 2 doors and switches? No, I do not remember having to go through a puzzle. I don't prefer to tell you, we just met. Yeah, I'll just be honest with this guy. Yes, I did. That was literally the last thing I did before coming here. Again, perfect. Now please tell us how you solved it. Tell us the solution. Tell us how you get to the other side. I don't remember how I solved it. I'm trying to remember, but I can't. I didn't solve it. Someone else let me in. Trust me, you don't want to go over there. Trust me, you don't want to go over there. Oh no, but I do. We do. We need to get there. Do you understand? It is the most important thing in the world. We have to escape this prison. There must be an ending. I promise you. There's nothing I want more. Listen. Okay. Well, I told you, I could probably help. Oh, another room. Listen, speak. Hello, how did you get here? Was there a puzzle you had to pass through? Yeah, do you want to know how to solve it? No, I've been right here this entire time. Yeah, that's it. No, I've been right here this entire time. I suggest you go and see the puzzle sometime. It's not meant to be solved, but you can sit in the black space in the middle. Oh. What happens if I solve it? Why should I sit in the black space? Who are you? What happens if I solve it? Not sure, but if I have any suspicion, what you would find won't be worth what it takes to get there. You'll have to find another something. Dang. Okay, I didn't read that fast enough. You gotta get some hooked on phonics. Oh.
And so we make one last descent down to the final floor of the level.
Mm-hmm. I can see. With the marble floors or whatever this is. And this game has a deeper meaning than most of y'all are thinking. I'm trying to see it. And I will see it very soon. Is this like
it's a
Gmod?
lamppost. Okay, I can't tell you quite why, but for some reason, Coda fixates on this lamppost.
Why?
It's going to appear at the end of every single one of his games from here on out. I'll tell you what I think. I think that up to this point, he's been making really strange and abstract games with no clear purpose, and maybe you can only float around in that headspace for so long. Because now he wants something to hold on to. He wants a reference point. He wants the work to be leading to something. He wants a destination.
The light at the end of the tunnel.
Which is what this lamppost is. It's a destination.
Yeah.
We're going to see it in the work as well. His games are just going to become a lot more cohesive, a lot more fully developed, with more of a clear idea behind them. And as we go, that idea will get clearer and clearer and clearer.
All right. So I can see clearly now the rain is gone. There will be no obstacles in my way. That's what I want to see. April 2009. So he was making a game every month. This game is connected to the internet. As you walk around, you can leave notes. All notes you see are left by other players. That's sick. All right. So we're here. These are the notes. So far, Coda has just been making games, and they're just unfinished games. And his friend is trying to understand the purpose, I guess. Nice room, not. Maybe he just got tired of the terrible reviews.
So first off, I'm sure you can deduce this, but this game is not connected to the internet. All of the notes that you're going to see have been written by Coda. This was actually the first game of his that I ever played. This was shortly after I met him at a weekend game jam in Sacramento, where I grew up.
Can you guys hear?
I saw him working on this very level, and it was just so different from anything that anyone else was doing. So right away I was like, I have to be friends with this person.
I feel you.
In retrospect, I think I was probably a bit too pushy, trying to get his attention. I was over enthusiastic, but he was very gracious about it and very patient with me. And I cooled off eventually.
Everyone read this.
Feel free to skip over any of these notes if they're not doing anything for you. Nothing extra is going to happen if you read all of them.
Makes me sad.
Either way, to me they convey a sense of loneliness. I see this person who's filled with thoughts and feelings and beliefs and has no way to express them except as scattered and unheard voices in a game that wasn't meant to be played.
Those are wood and grass and concrete here. What the frick?
But it's ironic, isn't it? That
it is.
In playing this game and seeing how alone Coda often felt, that we get to know him better and actually kind of connect with him. And I have to be honest with you, this idea is really seductive to me. That I could just play someone's game and see the voices in their head and get to know them better and have to do less of the messy in-person socializing.
What?
I could just get to know you through your work. I think this is why I always liked Coda's games so much, is because it felt like they let me have that connection. I felt as though he was inviting me personally into his world. And then I feel less lonely too.
I feel you on that, bro. But this message though, Coda, you good? I saw a flying penguin. Let me tell you, it was the most majestic thing I ever seen. I don't feel like living because nothing will ever be as majestic as that. I never want to see again if nothing will ever be that beautiful again. I'm crying now and plan on ripping my eyes out. I must go now to do that. Hey, Coda, you need your eyes to see so you can see majestic things over again. You saw a majestic penguin. What makes you think you won't see a majestic seagull or something? Boring. Hey, that's what you think. These are like your intrusive thoughts. I can assure you, guarantee that there's an acorn somewhere here in this place and the sailors are looking for it. All right, let's stop reading these messages, but it's tempting. They're just glowing and it's a message. Hey guys, just looking for someone to talk with. Hey, I'm here. What's up, man? I refuse to believe. But I need to go to the freaking bathroom. I just went, so recognize me, please. Dang. There's nothing here. Go back. Don't listen to that guy. All right, not listening. But he's right, like concrete, wood, and the brick, whatever that is. A free t-shirt. Hey, that would be nice. Need other side door while you sew. Open sesame. Make game includes door. Cannot open door. Thanks. Door how open. Someday I will meet the person who made this. Yeah, someday. Coda, you seem like a cool dude. I help people because of the intro good feeling I get. New room. Do you hear the chimes? They keep going, don't they? It's not very crowded here. Yeah, don't bother. Okay, let's just keep going. Although these messages probably stop, turn back, proceeding further will only result in misery. Hey, I'll be the judge of that. Can I jump? No, can't jump. Let's just keep going. What is that? It's like... It's a work of art, Coda. Next time will be door. I need someone to talk to. Okay, so some of the messages are repeating. Is this the note? Don't listen to the other notes. Okay, I won't. From here on out. I'm not safe. Well, I feel safe. What's that? Painting, what does it mean? Whoever made this has issues. No, I don't think so. Who are all of you? The voices in your head. It's about how this game is pretentious and you all suck. What the frick? Hey man, I think you're pretty awesome. What are you saying, bro? Yeah, we're all here now. Yeah, we here. We here now. There must be a reason for it though. Yeah. His terrible secret, he kept it well. Victoria's secret? I beat the game. Good job, kid. Good job. GG's.
At the end of this level, we're going to see the puzzle again.
Okay.
And here, I'll tell you what I think the puzzle means.
What does it mean?
Each of these games represents an idea that was on Coda's mind at the time that he was making it. And the puzzle is a way of closing the door on a previous chapter of his life before moving on to the next one. In each of his games, after exploring a theme that, he might find difficult, Coda can then place this puzzle that he knows has a reliable solution. He understands exactly how it works, and so it gives him a simple mechanism for moving on.
Does this puzzle have a solution? Oh my gosh, I've been here for literally an hour. What the frick do I do? Help. Help. This doesn't make sense. The second door won't open. Shoot, how do I solve it? Developer, answers please.
And because there's this dark area between the doors, a space between spaces, before you move on, you get to pause. Just for a moment, a few seconds to reflect on and let go of the events that led you here. To step back and connect the pieces together. To grasp at that elusive bigger picture.
Okay. There's one blue message in the middle of the room. It must be... Typewriters? How do you leave notes? Well, you just did. So now we have a room full of typewriters typing by itself in a lamppost. Are you there? Please say something. It can be anything. I just need you to say something. Talk to me, please. Why are you having so much difficulty speaking or talking? Speak. It's me. You don't hear me? May to June 2009. Porn stars die too?
Okay, this one is tough. It's gonna kind of just spin its own wheels for a few minutes.
What?
Hang with it.
Okay, yeah, my wheels are already spinning. What we got going on here? So we have a well, and it looks like the clouds, like Jesus is about to ascend from heaven or something. A door that I could almost not go through. And some Cyberpunk 2077 music right after Jackie died. Spoilers. Alright. Nice little lamp. Now it's
See, this
great.
is it. The whole game. And there's nothing that's particularly interesting about it. You just walk to the end of a hallway. Except, for some reason, Coda gets really fixated on this prison that has all of this modern furniture. And I don't know why, but he decides he needs to revisit this prison. He's gonna start over, use the same assets, turn it into something else. Okay, cool. Here's version 2.
So he took out the furniture this time. Left an outline. What furniture ought to go in the center of the room? How about giant hole in the ground. Hey, that's not a hole. Okay, now what about along the wall of the room? 10 stoves lined up against the wall. Those aren't stoves. What are you doing? I think we should light up the room a bit. We'll put live Tesla coils in each corner. Yeah. That's not a Tesla coil. Come on, you're doing everything on the opposite. A table. We need a table. Tables were invented in 1935. Who are you? Where exactly are you doing this from? Hey, you're not answering my questions, dog. Whoa.
There's a bit more to this one, but still, it's not really communicating anything. It's kind of just weird for weirdness' sake.
I like weirdness. Weird stuff that doesn't make sense. That makes a great game. Why do you think we love Dark Souls?
He throws it out and starts over. This time he comes at the prison idea from a different direction.
Hello, please walk forward. Okay, what if I go the other way? This guide will enable you to escape any prison environment. Follow the instructions carefully. Take care that you remember each step. First, click on this table, okay? Good. Go over to the photo frame. Click to turn it slightly. Okay. Now turn the floor lamp in this room off, then turn it back on. Okay. Now go to the left side sofa, move it over a little. Finally touch the shelves. That's it. In the real prison, the escape will now open. Return to the start to be taken back to your prison. I don't get what it means, but it's deep. Return. I'm trying to see a connection in this.
And of course,
this is
now
our
the
prison.
table is gone and you can't begin the chain of events to escape.
I thought those were shades.
Here's a version where there are no bars, but you can't actually get to the well. And then a version where the inside of the prison is the outside and the outside is the inside. Let me just blink you real quick through a few more of these. I mean, he really unloaded on this prison idea. There's nearly a dozen of them. Personally, I think it's awful to watch this. To see a person basically unraveling through their work. And for what? Like, at what point do you just go, maybe there are game ideas other than this prison that I could be working on?
Yeah.
But Coda doesn't have that voice telling you to stop. That particular mechanism of defense against yourself. Without it, you just spiral. And so he keeps going and going and going and going and going. And then he hits on something. And he likes it. And that's it. He's done. He stops making prisons. Yep. This is the very last version of the prison game that he created. And the reason I think it works is that the prison is not actually in it.
So I guess he feels like he's stuck in creative limbo and can't really grasp on an idea. So he feels like he's stuck in a prison of creativity. At least that's what I'm getting. But I'm not sure. So bring back the Source Engine. Come on. Forget about Unreal Engine 5. Bring Source Engine 2. I mean, Deadlock looks really good. Okay. The lamp, the destination, and then there's a phone. Hello? Who's this?
Hey, it's me. I'm you from after the escape prison. You're me? So you were trapped in this prison too? Yep, I was in the furniture maze.
It's a conversation. And so this is what Coda wants.
That's
is to
where
be
I'm
able
at
to talk
now.
to someone, to share what's
I'm
on his
glad
mind,
you know that
and
I
to
get
get
out
some good
eventually.
advice from someone who knows.
I'd like to escape.
But the irony is that even in this scenario, you're still talking to yourself.
Yeah.
You know, all of these games so far are Coda talking to himself.
That's true.
What's it like to escape? Well, it feels like being completely still and wildly in motion at the same time. Do you feel any different? Sometimes I'm scared I'll get out and things will be exactly the same as before. It actually does change. I don't feel like the same person at all.
Oh, so he's talking to himself.
Oh, good. That's so nice to hear. That makes me feel really happy. Remember to enjoy being who you are right now. It won't last. Wow.
That's pretty morbid.
Wait, if you're me, then did you get a call from another person of you when you were trapped? No, I think I'm the first person to call back. Then can you tell me how to get out? Maybe I could come find you. What do I have to do? To get out, all you have to do is be sincere. What? That will free me? How does that work? Listen, you can't know until you're out, but I promise it works. Sincere about what? That's exactly what you need to figure out in order to escape.
I can see why he considers this a fitting conclusion to the prison games. After all of the obsession and frustration, just to be told by someone you can trust that things are going to be okay.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah. We all need that sometimes. August 2009.
So what would it look like if Coda wanted to make a game about talking to someone other than himself?
Oh, here we go. This looks different. Snow.
To me, this environment is meant to represent Coda's puzzle, with the two doors on either side and a dark transitional space between.
Like it's like a little room. Oh man, I should have went to the other door instead of this one. Oh my goodness, I'm glad as all heck that you showed up. That I might be having to clean this entire house by myself, and right miserable that would have been. Everyone knows lonesome hands make lousy homes.
You'll notice that the quality of the art is a step up from previous games.
And lousy homes make home loners.
Chat system, which he started using from this point on. From here on out, he begins putting much more effort into the visual polish of his work. And this particular game took 2 months to create as a result.
Yeah, it really does look cleaner. And the music is nice. Don't worry about me. A place this nice, I'll be glad to stay here all night. But now you just might be getting a little ahead of yourself there, no? Why don't we start cleaning and then you decide whether you can do it all night? I'll finish up here. In the meantime, could you please clear the table? Yeah, sure, why not? Much nicer. That's the table I want to see. Now, would you please run into the bathroom or in the bedroom and make the bed? Sure. I don't know you, but I'm willing to help. Bed made. How about the floor? All the little details matter. Oh, won't you straight up the rug? I tried. It didn't work. Alright, is that it? Anything else, man? Do you enjoy being a house cleaner? How'd you end up doing this job? It's been a long time since I've seen a house this messy. Do you enjoy being a house cleaner? Well, I don't enjoy it so much as I need it. While I'm working, I feel a kind of calm that rests in the pit of my ribcage. My soul just can't be soothed by any other means, it seems. Which I guess is all that matters. Oh, and a tidy couch. Would you straighten the pillows on the sofa out there? Yeah, sure, got you, bro. Oh dear, looks like someone spilled a drink over the couch. Don't worry, man, I got it. Maybe mop that up as you're over there? I feel compelled to share an incredibly cheesy personal insight. You okay with that? Make it especially cheesy. He's like, I don't get this much kindness from anybody. No, it was stupid. Sorry. Never mind. No, say it, dude. Hey, these dishes need to be washed. Why don't you come do that? I got you, man. What else? Last I checked, the tub needed cleaning. How about you scrub it down as best as you can? No need to be perfect. We're all just human. You're right, man. And I'm here to help. Are there still books scattered on the floor of the bedroom? If so, would you put them back on the shelf? Yeah, sure, why not, dude? Perfect. Now then, How about you come and clear those dishes off the table?
After the intense set of prison games, this house cleaning level almost feels like cleansing. It's the moment after a particularly difficult or traumatic experience where you just need to let it sit and digest inside of you.
Yeah.
And eventually cohere into something meaningful.
Mm-hmm. House cleaning is so difficult. How do you do it? Darling, let me tell you something. Your house is only as difficult to clean as you are. If you're finding the work hard, maybe you have a bit of housekeeping to do before you come to work. And here I go with another lecture. Of course I would.
I know that Coda really liked this game. Of all of his work, actually, this was the only one that he called me up to ask me to come over and look at it.
Wow.
This was during a period of a few months where he was like grossly happy all the time.
That's
just
cool.
Walked around with a constant smile on his face.
That's so cool, man. Don't you worry about all that nonsense for now. Just smooth out the rug in the bedroom. Okay. Looks like the tub has gotten rather dirty. Would you mind tidying up a bit? Again? Okay. Sure, why not? Earlier when I said I had a really cheesy thought, I was going to say that it occurs to me that one's house is a lot like one's soul. You take care of it and it takes care of you. Don't know why I felt so weird about saying that. You're right, that's pretty cheesy. But there's a bit of truth in it, no? I get it, that's a weird thing to say to someone you just met. I'll say, but there's a bit of truth in it, no? Anyway, so housekeeping. Let's keep doing this. Books, would you please clean up the books? Thanks. Why do you say that? Yeah, man. I don't know, we keep repeating the same chores, but it's all good. Oh goodness, those pillows over the couch are
I'm glad
real
he found
nice.
some peace.
Okay. Question. Don't you get tired of doing this over and over again?
But, of course,
do you
it
enjoy
can't
this?
last.
Oh.
The music stops, your companion is gone, it's time to leave. The door at the top of the hill is now open as well.
But he was
Again,
about...
you can't stay in the dark space for too long. You just can't. You have to keep moving. It's how you stay alive.
Yeah. Yeah. You see, the storms only last for a moment. The winter only lasts a season until you reach spring, the warm destination.
Which is the whole point of the puzzle doors, right? That sooner or later you have to pick up and move. I really thought that was the point of it.
September 2009. Items you love at members only prices.
A bit goofy.
Okay, I like goofy. Why did you come here today? Cause school? Was it to improve your life? No, cause school. Was it to get a better job? Well, school then job, yeah. Was it to make your relationships more meaningful? Maybe? No. Well, okay. You came here to become perfect. This workshop is going to teach you how to be perfect. I want your friends, the people in your life, to look at you and think, wow, this person is a better human being than I am. Right now, who do you think about that in your way of life, or in your own life? Who do you know who is so well developed as a person that they make you feel disgusted with yourself? Compared to whom? You feel useless, selfish, ungrateful. I intend to make you into that person. Perfection is within your grasp. And the question is not how do we do it, but how do we do it effortlessly? This is easy. It's so easy.
About
it is
halfway
so
through
easy.
the game, the perspective shifts.
Okay, being perfect is effortless. Whoa, what the? Kids should not follow their dreams. What? This is the key. How do I achieve it with no effort?
And suddenly, you discover that your teacher is just as bigoted and afraid as you are.
Is that Midra?
Oh, and also you can move around the classroom now.
Oh, cool. All right. Well, we can't be perfect. See, that's the thing. And I would never want to make people feel that type of way, but okay. This is the key. How do I achieve it with no effort? But let me tell you right now, if it isn't effortless, then it is not the right answer. I still love you. It's just that you can make me feel cold inside. What? If you're torturing yourself trying to find the right solutions for your life, you're not doing it right. Thank goodness all of you perceive me as being wise and intelligent. Seek out only one thing. What is the easiest, simplest path forward? Yo, I'm developing assist gross. Do you understand that you won't be happy until you love me? This is for you. Oh, okay. So I'm supposed to say like this, I guess. Just kidding. You don't want to do what? Drugs is bad for you kids. There's no truth, there's no path. What if I'm not a good teacher? It's coming for you. It's going to destroy you. Everyone run, run.
I felt pretty hard for this one.
Perfection.
I feel like it's one of the most relatable experiences that you can have.
How? I don't get it.
Assume that some other person is perfect and totally fulfilled in every way, and completely miss all of the little flaws that make them painfully human. I think about this game a lot these days.
Yeah, this is why we shouldn't be comparing ourselves to other people. January 2010. Man, I just got to... This is like my second semester of college.
This one took a lot longer than all the others for Coda to make. It was 4 months between this and the last one. That's twice as long as it took him to make any other game before this, and it's not like it's particularly complex, so I remember I found that a little strange at the time.
It's the big stage. Me. Gosh. All right, the performance is beginning. Places, please. Yes. Me. In this scene, you'll be playing as me. We're at the gathering of professionals. First, you'll start out leaning against this wall. Okay, leaning. Good, stay right there. The woman across the room in this chair is a professional photographer of animals. It's your dream to photograph animals professionally. This is your one chance to learn something from her, to gain something to succeed. Go on, say something to her. Sorry, I have to leave. Where's the bathroom? Okay, hello? Hello? That's it? That's not a conversation. What am I supposed to say? Happy. You need to actually converse with her. Be a human being. Do it again. I'm super scared right now. I like you. Here are all my hopes and dreams. I'm super scared right now, I guess. No, that's not what I said to her at all. You're completely missing the tone of the conversation. I was reserved, but I knew what I wanted. I was confident. For some reason, it was just that one moment, but I was confident. Maybe it's that you need a better feel of the setting. There were a lot of people around us. I'll give you some props to work with. These cones that bounce when you touch them will represent the people nearby. I'll talk to her again. Is this cool? Yeah. Oh, that's pretty fun, just bouncing off of these cones. Okay, anyways. Must have worked really hard to get here. I bet you've learned to lean into the pain. What are some sacrifices you had to make? You must have worked really hard to get where you are. You're messing it all up again. Okay. You'll freak her out of the conversation. Freak her out if the conversation gets that personal too quickly. You not realize how important this was for me? I'll never get another opportunity like this again. Uh-oh. I want to try something. Try stepping back from the stage. Oh, destination. It's the lamppost. What does this mean? Oh, another prison. Except it's bigger this time. Coda, you good, man? Coda. What if Coda is this guy? Okay, yes, now this is working.
The game ends with this eerie premonition of what's going to happen next in Coda's life. The solution to social anxiety, to fears of having to perform and having to chase success, the answer for Coda is to withdraw, to hide himself away. Which is what leads to scenarios like the stairs that slowed you down several games ago, where it just becomes harder and harder to access Koda's inner landscape because he keeps retreating. He just keeps backing away from possible connections to anyone other than himself. And to be honest, I didn't consider it very healthy when I first played this game. You know, it looked to me like he was trying to justify the idea of just disconnecting yourself from the world. And that wasn't what I wanted for him or for his games. Because I feel like a lot of his games are inviting me to connect with this person, to bring him closer.
See, what's tough about
but what
that,
can you do?
It's like...
After this, Koda went off and took another 5 months to make a new game.
Oh, dang, 5 months. June 2010. Mobius trip. To play this game properly, you must keep your eyes closed. Click to begin. Okay. Well, before I do that, it's really tough sometimes, I know, for some people, because there's a time and place where I kind of disconnected from a lot of people just because I was going through a lot. And I didn't realize I was depressed, you know? And, you know, I was going through a lot of things at the time, and I was just hoping somebody would reach out. Because all you need is just one person to be like, yo, you good, bro? Even if they don't really care, at least they ask. And that's what, deep down, as human beings, that's what we want. We just want that person to be like, hey, you good, man? And most of the times I'm the guy that's like, hey, you good, man? And I'll be asking everybody. And it's like, when I'm not good and I disappear, it's like, I hope somebody notices that I disappeared. And when they don't, that's when we go into a dark place. That's what we got to prevent. All right, let me close my eyes. Oh, wait. Okay, help. I'm blind. I can't see anything. What's going on? How am I supposed to play this? This is Halo? I don't know yet. What's going on? There's a giant door, and my vision went black. Please, someone talk to me. Someone help me. Someone do something. The SS whisper. Wait, did I lose?
You should probably open your eyes if you haven't already. It's pretty much impossible to solve otherwise. And there is a solution, by the way.
It's open. Help, I'm blind. We're okay, we're gonna crash, are we? Please tell me how to solve this. So I gotta keep on going till I figure this out. Anybody? We're dead. The door. And then it restarts. Alright, Captain. What do we do? Oh, there's a door. I'm blind. I can't see. Alright, here we go. The only way to stop it is to speak something that is honest. I can't keep making these. Yes, that's it. That's the truth. Oh, he's talking to himself.
Like I said, I was getting concerned. First off, he's never been this explicit in his work about exactly what he's thinking. So where's that coming from? But then even weirder, his work has potentially stopped being an outlet for him. Not like he's having trouble iterating on ideas, but he literally just can't think of new ideas anymore.
Yeah,
and in person, he was being a lot more distant than usual. Like, you know how sometimes a person will just deflect anything that you say in order to keep themselves disconnected all the time? It was that kind of thing.
I have to work harder.
Here was the point in my relationship with Koda where I really started to wonder if he needed my help in some way.
Wow. This is deeper than I thought.
His games are going to get more desperate from here on out. After this game, it's almost 6 months before he finishes something new.
I mean, that's good. It's taking him longer, right? December 2010? Because before he was just making little games in between month to month. What is this? Whoa. Ooh. Breathe into my ear what it feels to chew 5 gum. Where did this island come from? How did I get out? How do I get out of here? Is that a person? How lovely. It's been a long time since I talked to anyone. What's wrong? You look lost. I'm very lost. I have nothing left to give to my work. Oh no. What happened? Did something change? I'm trying to find this engine that used to protect me to start it again. Wait, you're looking for a machine? I think I know where it is. It isn't far. What? You have to take me to it. It is inside your heart the whole time, kid. No, that's not what he said. I can do that.
If the last game featured Coda talking explicitly about his creative frustrations,
you can help me solve this puzzle.
This one turns it up to 11.
Find the machine, deal.
Now, put yourself in my shoes playing this. Here's a friend whose work is exhibiting signs of struggle, frustration, anxiety, depression, even.
What, Torigate?
And yet still, he keeps making games. He keeps throwing himself into the grinder even when he clearly doesn't have the energy for it anymore. Why?
Yeah.
What is it for?
Because it's a passion. You just love doing it.
From my perspective at the time and just what I knew of him, this was a result of how isolated he was. He was in his own little bubble, just sitting at his computer all day, not really showing these games to anyone, not releasing them onto the internet. And so he didn't have anyone outside of himself to connect with. He had no outlet to ground himself on.
Alright, now you have to close the first door. That's kind of sad, man. Alright, what's next? Now just press the switch here. Ah, that was so simple.
You can't
can't believe I never solved
out
it
of
before this.
loneliness. It doesn't work that way. You can't be the one
What is
writing
this
both
deal?
the questions and
Get out
the
of here.
answers. Then there's no movement. Then there's no circulation. If all of your anxieties are being channeled into your work, then if the work ever fails, you have no backup and you're just going to crash.
Yep, you gotta have a backup. Backup of a backup of a backup. There's no machine here. You lied to me. Trust me, you'll see. Okay. You have to say that your work is fun and easy. You have to say that game development is simple and joyous and that you love it 100% of the time. Okay. Sure, making games is easy. Okay, you have to open the door? Oh, that feels wonderful. But it wasn't true. Yeah, it was a lie. Don't worry about it. Keep talking. Keep saying that creation is easy. Okay. It is easy. It never stops being easy. Yes, there was a world stamp with whiteness. Press switch here. Yes.
Seeing this
keep
game
going.
at the time that he made it,
Okay.
it looked really unhealthy to me.
Every time I
I
make
was watching him
something,
do
I
this
feel
to
better
himself,
about
and I
myself.
hated it. I hated seeing him so trapped.
So he's lying to
like-
himself.
Video games are not worth this amount of suffering.
None of this
This
is
is someone I
helping.
really cared about. And I used to get so much joy out of seeing him create. For him to suddenly become angry and frustrated like this, it was the worst thing for me.
Okay, please continue. It always pays off eventually. Dang, yes. Sorry I have to leave.
I don't know. This is what I felt at the time. I don't know how else to explain it. I wanted it to stop more than anything. I had never felt so rotten. I needed more than I had ever needed anything for this to stop.
I will be saved by my work. Incredible. The prison is back and the lamp. Who is that crying? I'm free.
But it didn't stop. After finishing this one, Coda takes another 7 months and comes up with a new game.
May 2011. You good, Coda? Good, man? Like, for real. The machine. Guard. Ma'am, glad to see you arrived safely. We've captured the machine. It's waiting for you now. You can begin the interrogation whenever you like. I intend to be quick. Very good. Just be warned that someone called the press, so we might have a bit of attention on this one. Also, one more thing that you should know about the machine, it calls itself Coda. Also, like Coda? The paparazzi? Can you give us answers? Man, please give us answers. Will it be punished by Steam? Do you know where the poisonous games came from? What are your next actions? Half-Life 3. You stopped.
And of course, it's the machine.
Valve. You stopped feeding us. Those people out there, can you imagine what pain you put them through? Oh, dang. It was only because of your creations that any of us could make it through the day. I've been so alone. Apologize for leaving me. No? Nothing? Alright then, I'll apologize to the people on your behalf. But it's my fault. I should apologize because it's my fault. Oh. Hey, what's good? My followers, my friends. I have a troubling revelation. The machine refuses to admit that it deliberately hurt us. We will find a way to live without it. We do not need its games. Let us pay it retribution. Let us show it that we are not failures. Let us pay it retribution. Follow me. We will destroy the machine. Okay. Oh, we're back at the stage now. So the machine, I guess, is our hearts? Valve? Is it Valve? Wait. Oh. Oh, we shoot everything. I see. Coda, I'll make sure your work dies here. I'll make sure you are known forever. Isn't that what you're scared of? Exposed to the view of others?
So now the work is
every day
becoming
forever?
self-destructive.
Seeing a naked clarity?
And I'll tell you, at the time that I first played this game, shortly after he made it, here's what I'm thinking to myself. I'm thinking that Code is stuck in his own head, and that it's having a very negative effect on him, and that all he needs to do is just start showing his work to people, to get some actual feedback on his games.
Yeah.
It might get him out of isolation.
Whoa.
And so, as I'm thinking this, I realized that I could be the one to initiate it. Because it would never occur to Coda to start actively soliciting feedback, so what if I did it for him? If he could see the difference it would make to have more actual conversations with other human beings, would that bring him out of his mental spiral?
I don't know, everyone's different.
Would it bring meaning back into his work?
That's a good friend, though. We all need friends like this guy. The Stanley Parable Man. What I hate, though, is how friendships get broken when someone else becomes more successful than another guy. They just become jealous of their success, and they always ask themselves, why not me? Oh, well, there I go. Oh, it's
so
the
I started
door.
showing Coda's work to people. I took this one, and the islands which you just played, the theater, the notes, the house cleaning game, and some of the prison escape games. I brought them to people that I knew and trusted. I asked their opinions. And the great part is that they really loved his games.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the point of it all was just to give him some external reference point, but they genuinely loved his work. There was nothing for him to be afraid of.
Or so he thought. The machine. What does it mean? Put down your weapon. No.
Can you see why I felt like this was the right thing to do? Because it's the thing that I always feel like I need, to be told that my work is good, that I am good. When someone really connects with a thing that I've made, when they see themselves purely in my work, there's nothing that feels better. And I got to give that very same feeling to my friend. I did something, I really felt like I'd done something good, like I was a good person. I felt like there was a friend who was in trouble and was unhappy and maybe didn't like themselves, and I could fix it. If I could give him this gift, maybe I could fix the problem. When they told me how much they enjoyed his games, it was the best feeling. It was the absolute best feeling.
But
it made me feel so happy.
Waiting for
so
a but. And there's a lamp up there.
Beautifully happy.
But I feel like there's a but to this.
So anyway, Coda finishes this game, and then really he just kind of takes off for a while.
Huh.
So this is June of 2011, and I didn't hear anything from him for several weeks, I guess. And so out of nowhere, one day I get an email, and it's got a private link to a new game of Coda's.
Okay.
This one is called The Tower, and to my knowledge, it's the last game that Coda ever made.
What?
So let's take a look.
Wait, Coda is still here, right? The Tower. Oh, this kind of looks like Stanley's Parable now. It's kind of cool that he didn't exactly make this.
This is where I have trouble saying anything meaningful about Coda's work. Because more than anything else, The Tower just feels distant.
Yeah.
It feels like it's trying to distance itself from the world. It's a very cold game.
Yeah, I hear the ambiance. Definitely chilling. Oh, there's the Half-Life sound effects.
This room actually has a maze in it.
Ouch.
Except that all the walls of the maze are invisible. And then every time you touch one of the walls, there's this awful flashing and noise. So the experience is really miserable.
Oh, that
The game goes beyond not being meant to be played. It actually seems to despise the player for trying to play it at all. But I do want to show you the rest of the levels, so when you're ready to continue, press enter and I'll put a bridge over the maze.
What if I could figure it out? Okay, that's a wall. What if I know I could go this way? That's too far. What if I go like this? And then go like, nope. All right, it looks like I'm doing something here. Oh no, okay, give me the bridge. All right. Man, it's sad because, you know, you don't see anything
and to be fair,
like this.
It's not like this is the first game that's needed some modification to be playable. Like the house cleaning game. You know, that one used to actually loop the cleaning chores and you just cleaned a house forever. I had to cut it off so that you could exit the house and the game would actually end. But that game had an idea that it was actually trying to communicate. What's the deeper idea behind the invisible maze?
I just wish he finished the game.
The only way past this challenge is to randomly guess the 6-digit code. Like the invisible maze, it's frustrating to me because it's the opposite of everything else that Coda has made. It doesn't encourage thought or engagement. It doesn't ask anything of me except a lot of my time. If I could have reached him during this time, then maybe I could have asked him, but I couldn't. I still don't really understand why this is here.
Yeah.
I'll put the code on the ground for you here, though, so that we can move on.
151617. Appreciate you. 617. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Cool. I really hope Coda makes games again. It's like unfinished concepts that could be potentially something amazing. Because I've played some terrible games. I mean, this doesn't seem to be one of them. There's just unfinished ideas.
Is actually on the other side of the door, meaning that it's literally impossible to solve from this side. So even if you somehow brute forced your way through the first 2 challenges and you got to this point, there's actually just no way to progress.
Unless...
And it's scary for me, the idea of Coda cutting himself off entirely, just saying, that's it, that's the end of the conversation, not giving me any way to fix the problem. I feel like a failure, I guess, when I can't fix the problem.
Why are you a failure? That's your friend.
I can open this door for you, so
like some
let me
people,
do that.
You can't help people that don't want to be helped half the time, you know?
Was I a failure for not understanding this game?
No, you weren't.
I mean, I don't know why I would be. It's not like everything needs to have a solution.
Yeah.
I feel it somehow. I feel like I failed, and I don't understand why.
Maybe you failed as you feel like you failed as a
June
friend.
Of 2011.
But
I'm playing this for the very first time, and as I'm playing, I'm thinking to myself, I don't know this person. I have no idea who this person is. It wasn't the guy I knew. It wasn't my friend. I had come to so many conclusions from looking at all of his work up to this point, and then suddenly none of them... I had been trying to, though. That was the thing. For years, I was trying to get to know him, to understand who he actually was and what he stood for. I asked him so many times to please just tell me what his games mean to him. I asked him please to tell me what the 3 dots mean.
Oh,
and
yeah, the 3 dots. Oh, the light?
I just felt so strongly that if I could have connected with him, that if I could have somehow made his work my own, that I would finally be once and for all happy.
Oh.
It was that I needed to see myself in someone else. I needed to be someone other than me.
So you were going through an identity...
And it felt somehow like I had failed.
I guess he felt like he was going through a identity crisis as well.
Where did I screw up?
It's not your fault, dude. Hey, don't think about it, man. My dog. Dear Davey, thank you for your interest in my games. I need to ask you not to speak to me anymore. I'm the reason that you stopped making
games, aren't I? It's because of what I did. I poisoned it for you.
Why? Because you were honest? You just asked them, what does it mean?
I don't think I ever told you this, but when I took your work and I was showing it to people, it actually felt... It felt as though I were responsible for something important and valuable.
Why? You so infected my personal space.
The people who played them,
I did begin to plant
they treated me like I was important. They really listened and cared about what I had to say. Even though I was showing your work, I felt good about myself. Finally,
there was an
for a moment, while I had that, I liked
taking
myself.
My games and showing them to people against my wishes, giving them something that is not yours to give, violating the one boundary that keeps me safe. See, I understand that. Would you stop changing my games? Stop adding lampposts to them? Oh, he added the lamppost? Would you simply let them be what they are?
And I didn't have anything left to show people.
When I am
I just had to be with myself.
When I'm around you, I feel
as soon as that
ill.
happened, there was no feeling at all.
You desperately need something, and I cannot give it to you. I literally do not have it.
What does that mean?
Struggling to come up with new ideas is not making me depressed. Low points are just a part of the process. The fact that you think I am frustrated or broken says more about you than me. Dang, okay. I realize that this doesn't make sense to you just yet. Which is fine, you're not my problem to solve. But I do hope that one day it clicks and that you make peace with this thing you are wrestling.
I'm afraid that I did something really stupid because I don't like myself.
And when you finally see what I'm talking about, don't say anything. Oh. He was the selfish friend. Okay. Oh, well, there's no puzzle now.
That's why I'm releasing this collection of your work. Is because I haven't been able to find any other way to reach you. I've tried everything. And so a part of me has hope that if I put this compilation out into the world, and if I put my name on it, that maybe enough people will play it so that it'll find its way to you, so that I can tell you that I'm sorry. I know I screwed up. If I apologize to you truly and deeply, will you start making games again? Please, I need to feel okay with myself again. And I always felt okay as long as I had your work to see myself in.
That sounds kind of selfish, honestly.
Is something wrong with me? Because I know that I did an awful thing, and I'm doing it again right now. Like, I'm showing people your work, but I can't stop myself from doing it. That's how badly I need to feel something again, like I'm an addict. There has to be something wrong with me. Can I apologize? What if I tell you I was wrong? Will that work? Will that fix it? I don't know. I don't think it will, but there's nothing else that I can do. Just tell me what you want. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please, start making games again. Please help me. Please give me some of whatever it is that makes you complete. I want whatever that wholeness is that you just summoned out of nothing and you put in your work. You were complete in some way that I never was. And I want to know I want to know how to be a good person. I want to know how not to hate myself. Please. I'm fading, and all I want is to know that I'm going to be okay.
Oh, this is way deeper than I thought. Whoa. Epilogue. I don't even know what to think about that. He feels like his friend stopped making games because he had some type of, I guess, he saw his potential and he was like, hey man, don't stop making games. But there's some stuff that you should change about it. See, that's the thing. You shouldn't suggest people to change stuff if it's what they got. It's what they do. If it's his style,
more.
That's his style.
More love, more praise, more people telling me that I'm good.
You don't need
always
that.
More.
You don't need that.
It's like a disease.
You don't have anything to prove to anyone except for yourself. That's the way I think about things, man. I want people to succeed, but I'm not going to force it on you if you don't want it, you know? Okay, now we're at a train station. Feels like Half-Life 1. I think a door opened. Oh, there it is, that one. Man, friendships are rough. That's all I gotta say. Especially when you meet someone who's a creative. As a creative like me, we all hurt ourselves too much. I'm pretty sure y'all do too. For those who are also creatives. Oh, how did we end up here? Like, we never think we're good enough.
I guess if someone had told me ahead of time that he just really enjoyed making prison games, maybe I wouldn't have thought he was so desperate.
Yeah, but maybe there's
so many people that he was depressed.
Yeah, I was gonna say, maybe there's no deeper meaning to it.
Maybe he just likes making prisons.
Exactly. I was just thinking about that. I think he was thinking too deep about it. He thought that there was a message behind it when he was just putting things together. Sometimes it doesn't always have to be what we see on the surface.
The disease is telling me to stop. Don't show people what a shitty person you are. They'll hate you.
What do you mean? You're just being honest, right? If that makes you a trashy person, then I don't know, man. I guess it's only bad or trashy if you do it for your own gain. And now where's this? Is this another game he made? Now we're in the labyrinth? Sad music? Man.
If I knew that my life depended on finding something to be driven by other than validation,
dang,
what would that even be? It's strange, but the thought of not being driven by external validation is unthinkable. Like, I actually cannot conceive of what that would be like.
Honestly, I know it's tough, but you gotta push yourself through it and tell yourself that you matter. Things that you make, it matters.
What now?
keep on making games. Just keep making games. Keep being creative.
I think I need to go. And I'm sorry, because I know that I said that I would be here and I would walk you through this, but I'm starting to feel like I have a lot of work to do. I have a lot that I need to make up for, and so I'm just gonna...
All right, bro. Peace.
Okay.
Oh, you're still here? Okay, never mind. What is this? I mean, I know I don't have to walk through these, but I'm just gonna do it anyways. Man, it kind of... I'm trying to see the message behind this. It seems really sad, honestly. Wait, why did we fall just to go back up? Oh, there we go. Well, I guess he's not talking anymore. This is a huge 180 from Stanley's Parable, man. But I get it. He's like, can I just make games the way I make them and not how you make them? I feel like that's how Coda felt. He just wanted peace, and his peace and tranquility was making those short little games. Maybe he just like he said before, maybe he just likes making prison games. And that was just his style. You can't tell someone to make a game a certain way. That's why it's really tough having these decision makers at these quadruple A companies, because the game devs want to make something because they know what the gamers want, and they also have a creative mindset when it comes to making games. The decision makers most of the times don't know nothing about the games or game devs in general, but they do a really good job at destroying it. Concord is a good example. Yeah, many artists and other people were a part of it, but the game devs, I'm pretty sure they saw the formula and they were like, I don't know if this is gonna do well, but they can't say nothing because they're being paid for it. Well, here's the portal. Are we gonna float up or are we gonna... Yep, we're floating up, just like the initial game. Into an infinite void. Oh, here we go. All right. That's an infinite labyrinth. Life is a journey. We don't know where we're going. And it may look like this maze, but if you keep on going, it'll lead you to somewhere pretty beautiful, if you let it. Man, it's not always about the journey. And it's not always about the destination. Most of the times, it's about what's in the heart and what you truly care about. That's what I know. 4R. Is that it? Was this his last game that he made after Stanley's Parable, or what's up? This project would not have been possible without the following individuals. These guys, okay. So he had some help. Turn Back, written by Helena Haran, performed by Helena Haran and Ryan Roth. Additional thanks. Man, I really don't know how to depict that. It's kind of deep. But I guess at the end of the day, we can't be selfish, you know? Like, we may see potential in others, but just let them go. Let them find their journey. Let them find their destination. Man, well, that's the beginner's guide. I did not expect it to be as deep as it was. It has me thinking a lot. For those who struggle with like the type of creative blocks, or maybe they struggle with friendships like these, I would say, hey, don't be too hard on yourself. But it's really easy saying don't be too hard on yourself. The simplistic answer is don't stop. And don't let anyone else stop you from doing what you love. That being said, I'll see you guys around. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Remember, somebody always cares for you. Always. Don't push them away. And don't be too hard on yourself when they push you away. We're trying to help them out. Still be there for them, regardless. That's what true friends and family are for. You guys be safe out there, alright? All love.